So, Bandai, let me just ask you something. You released the Vital Bracelet, and it takes you about a year to release the Vital Bracelet to the other sides of the world, and you were willing to to have this thing be shipped to people through your premium Bandai website, and say that you're willing to import it with American instructions like the back of my box does. And you're also willing to partner with other people around the world to give us not only dim cards, but also every other dim card released in the library, including the newly released Tamer's Dims. So answer me this. Why would you go out of your way to make an entirely new version? Yep, in case you can tell by the title of the video, the thumbnail, and all the news and speculation that's been going around on the internet and the Amazon market listings, the Vital Bracelet is getting an American release, but not the actual Vital Bracelet, as it is a brand new piece of hardware that essentially translates everything that is in the Vital Bracelet and renaming it to the Digimon digital monster Vital Hero. In case you can tell by the pessimistic intro, I'm not a fan of it. Mostly because, like I said in the intro, Bandai was willing to ship this to American audiences on their P-Bandai website. Basically, it's the same. It's $60 just to get this thing imported, whether it's from P-Bandai themselves, Amazon, or any other third-party retailer. Now, my niche about this is that it's kind of late into the Vital Bracelet's lifespan to release an American model, let alone one based on the original Vital Brace model. Because by the time I got my copy of the original Vital Brace model, everyone was saying how much the new Digivice, the Digivice V, was the superior model in every other way. And while I do see why that model is superior, I'm perfectly fine with the model that I have because I work around this sort of schedule. It's fine by me. I'm not an all-nighter like most people are. So basically, I wake up with it, put it on my wrist, train with it, do whatever I want with it. It's still a functional watch, but I just take it off at the nighttime so it can sleep and I can charge it at the same time. So that's perfectly fine in and of itself. But again, why would you want to release that at actual retailers now when this was perfectly sufficeable? I mean, I get it, you're marketing it as a kid's toy from the 6 to 10-year-old range and actually going to be releasing it in stores, but was it really hard for you not to do this originally with the original Vital Brace? I mean, I guess there is some exclusivity to it because for the Digimon Vital Hero, we're getting 2 versions of the watch, which is the standard black version that's come with the Pulsemon Dim, and then we get a blue version that comes with a Gabumon Dim, but it's not actually named the Gabumon Dim. It's actually called, I think, True Howl or whatever it's called. But essentially, they're going to be the exact same device, but the Vital Hero is going to be the American marketed version, and the dim cards themselves are not going to be reverse compatible because the way that they're doing it is that they're making the exact same dims, but they're going to be region locked. Now, we actually do have 3 sets, I believe, that are going to be released alongside the Vital Bracelet, because aside from the Pulsemon and Gabumon dim cards being released with the black version and the blue version of the Vital Bracelet, we're also going to be getting the New Metal Empire and Hermit in the Jungle. I think we're also getting the Volcanic Beat and Blizzard Fang, and we're also going to be getting that Earth and Water dim pack as well. That's also going to be released in retail. That's another thing though I want to say is that you're basically giving us collectivity with these devices, because like I said, the standard one is the black version, and then we have an all blue. It's basically just the same as the regular dim, except that the straps themselves, the buttons, and the back are all blue, but the standard device here is just the standard device. Everything else is just blue. And if I'm not mistaken, the DIM on the top here is removed, and it's just VB, but I might be wrong on that. I'll probably put an editor's note somewhere in the video. Here's the thing, though. It's weird because, like I mentioned earlier, this thing was already pretty much available by itself, but the amount of complaints that people have been making for the Vital Hero themselves is a little bit weird because it is a 2-sided coin. For one, the original Vital Bracelet was marketed as an exercise tool, but I feel like the Vital Hero is marketed towards it's an exercise tool. It is also a game at the same time. And not to mention the problems with the model. One has with connectivity, because most people have already talked about the subject before, but I haven't did it in my video because I didn't think it would need to be brought up because I don't have another Vital Bracelet. But essentially, the problems with this Vital Bracelet is that it's only limited to one DIM card per Vital Bracelet. Say, for example, somebody wanted to use the Renamon card, but they don't have it, but I do, and it's locked to my device. So essentially, if they try to use it, the DIM card will not be able to be used on that Vital Bracelet because it's only limited to one Vital Bracelet per device. Now, the V model fixes that because now it's 3 DIM cards per device, which is okay, I guess, but like I said, I don't have the intentions of picking up the V model unless either this gets broken or something else happens to it. But either way, I'm fine with what I have, but I can understand the problems with it as well. But another thing, though, is that this thing is also easy to hack and pirate certain Digimon onto their devices. And since Bandai Namco or Bandai Play is essentially going to be giving us the exact same model, it's going to be easy to hack, pirate certain DIM cards, so on and so forth. And that's pretty much the short end of it. Like I said, I do have a problem with it because a majority of people already do have the Vital Bracelet, either that or they have the Vital Bracelet V. So I don't see why you waited this long with the Vital Bracelet's lifespan to give us an American version, which is going to be sold at practically retailers because the way that the boxes are designed, it's a lot more gimmicky and toy-esque, while these ones were more high-end and premium, since these were on Premium Bandai at the time. I'm not certain if any other Vital Bracelets are going to be coming out with certain DIM cards, like the Agumon DIM or the Ancient Warriors DIM card or anything like that. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty much going to be the exact same thing. Now, one major question that I had with it is that will the Vital Bracelet app change in the process? And as it turns out, that the Vital Bracelet app is still going to appeal to the standard Vital Bracelet, but it's also going to be appealing to the Vital Hero Brace as well, with its own DIM card lineup, its own evolution library, so on and so forth. So essentially, it will give you the option to either use the Japanese versions or the American versions. So yeah, but as you can see throughout this whole entire video, my critiques have been pretty much pessimistic in the sense, because I really do not see why we need this when no majority of people already have it to begin with. I mean, if they really wanted us to give us Vital Bracelet customizations, they could have just released like a premium pack set with like multiple Vital Brace colors, longer straps, so on and so forth. I mean, I've seen third-party companies and Etsy shop users do the same thing for their Vital Bracelets, but at the same time, like, I can understand why Bandai doesn't want to dip into that market because these are rubber straps and everything. And that's another thing I have to say. Vital Hero, what kind of name is that? Like, you could have just said that this was the Vital Bracelet, but Americanized. But you could have called it something else like the Vital Hero series bracelet or something like that. Unless there's something bigger at play here that Bandai Namco and Bandai Play is going to be doing to sort of expand on this, because I don't know, it's just awkward to call it the Vital Hero when Vital Brace was just fine in of itself. Well, I think I've done enough critiquing of one thing today, so yeah, just hope you guys enjoyed my little rant video in this regard. Like I said, I probably won't be picking, but like I said, I'm indefinitely not going to be picking up the Vital Hero because it's essentially the same device, just with Americanized DIM cards, and I'm not too sure if we're going to be getting every DIM card in the library that came out, or if they're going to be combining certain DIMs together, because that's what's rumored at the moment. But other than that, nothing too crazy else to report on for right now. I mean, there is an announcement that on June 25th, I think, that they're going to be expanding the Vital Bracelet library to not just the Digimon Vital Bracelets, but also the character Vital Bracelets as well. So I'm hoping we're going to be getting some new franchises here and there. I'm hoping that we're getting the Sentai Vital Bracelet, in a sense, because we already have Kamen Rider and Ultraman, so it makes sense to use the Super Sentai to give us a Super Sentai Vital Bracelet, because that one I would actually buy into. Or if anything, I'd probably buy the Ultraman Vital Bracelet, then the Sentai, and then the Rider, in that order. But I digress with that opinion, because I'm perfectly fine with this if I really wanted to get another Vital Brace. But yeah, I think that's all that's going to be covering for this video. I will be doing a Vital Bracelet update video proper. I'm just going to try to see if I can manage my time a little bit better with that, because, like I said, I have 1,000 other videos I have planned right now in the works, and I'm being lazy about it. I'm not going to execute them right away. Also, if anybody's going to be wondering, yes, I will be picking up both the Spirit Flame set and the Spirit Light sets for the Frontier Dims, because it's Frontier, and it's a very underrated season, and it's the 20th anniversary for this year. But, yeah. Other than that, thank you for listening to my ramblings, and this is Goes Green Till 90, signing out.